all this news is about the same thing. There's a bunch of people who are not sticking around, who are sticking around. I guess Kevin Nash has 10 months remaining on a huge contract that pays him more than $1.6 million per year, and he'd be stupid to accept a buyout from Turner, so Dave doesn't expect him in WWE. When you know who won the pony, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, he would debut, though, so what, his contract only had a year left?
10 months, yeah. So, I mean...
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 10 months, because it was February, so...
I think as soon as it expires, they signed him into a new deal and brought him right in. Scott Steiner's repeated unprofessional behavior in WCW has soured WWF officials on him, although he was professional and put over Booker T clean as a sheet on the final Nitro, obviously in an attempt to try to be seen as a team player by WWF, and he got a huge response when Vince said his name on Raw, so he may still get a chance.
He will, in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Survivor Series 02.
And had a very lackluster feud with Triple H where they repeated a spot from the 1980s with a flex off.
That was a pose down, not a flex off.
Whatever. It still sucked.
That was one of the greatest segments in the history of Raw, but whatever.
Yeah, at least we got to see their vascularity, pal. God dang it. WWF is also not interested in Rey Mysterio. Which surprised a lot of people when word got out. Several wrestlers approached Vince and went to bat for him. Needless to say, Mysterio is well liked by everyone and is a star, and Uncle Dave is befuddled why WWF doesn't want him, aside from the fact that he's small. First of all, I laugh at the use of befuddled. Second of all...
Someone whipped out the thesaurus today.
Right. Second of all, Mysterio did pop up, the following
July.
July? Okay.
July 02, yes.
Because I know he was in the opening match of SummerSlam, so that's all I remember. But
that match sucked.
Conan is also on the no-interest list, which isn't a surprise. When the Radicals all left last year, Conan was going to jump with them, but WWF wasn't interested then either. Same with Shane Douglas.
Who's K-Dog?
Good grief. Here's two good ones for you. Sting has a year left on a nearly $2 million per year deal, and much like Nash, he ain't giving that up, so don't expect to see him. Plus, he's 42, hasn't wrestled a full schedule in years, and is said to have somewhat of an ego. Yeah, well, he went somewhere else for, a full schedule and probably less money than what WWE would have given him.
So, he would go eventually.
Yeah.
And now some little douche is giving him $1 trillion to play with body bags, and I take that deal too.
Good grief. And finally, Goldberg. Obviously, there's some serious dream matches with him versus either Rock or Austin, but he has 2.5 years left on a $2 million per year deal. Dave thinks
and he would ride that out too.
Right? Wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. He did take the half year off, though, by the way, because he came back before it was over. But
yeah.
2 years, though. Get the bulk of
it. Uncle Dave thinks that if given a monster push and put against WWF's top stars, it still might be worth it for WWF to sign him, because they'd make their money back, and then some, with those dream matches. But the problem is, doing so would upset the WWF salary structure. No one in WWF is making $2 million per year guaranteed, and if they bring Goldberg in with that salary, there's going to be a lot of upset WWF wrestlers.
Well, it would have been justified. He was the last guy to take it to WWE, if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, they brought him in eventually. He started off hot, petered out after a while, so...
Petered out?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Is that not a saying out there?
Never heard that in my life.
Petered out. He's kind of like, he kind of fizzled out, whatever. I don't know.
Sounds like the start of a porn movie. Peter out.
Good grief. No, it's the end of a porn movie, Greg. Gosh.
Whatever.
But yeah. So there's that. He had a.
Today he's years old when I heard Peter out.
He had a so-so WWE run, his first run, and then he came back and did some cool stuff. So there's that.